I'm a German pointer, and welcome to Let's Paws. No, not that kind of pause. That pause.
Hello, and well, welcome to Let's Paws. And today we have 1, 2, 3 paws and some humans to go along with them. So I'd like to introduce my guest today, and we'll start right over here. And introduce yourself and your four-legged friend.
My name is Dora Throckmorton, and this is my Gracie, and she's a husky mix, and she's about 8.5 years old.
Well, welcome.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Barbara Roan, and this is Penny. Penny is 5 years old, and she's a poodle mix.
Okay.
And my name is Mills-Constantine, and this is my baby bear, and he's about 3.5, going on 4, and he is a lab, full breed lab, as far as I know.
And the reason I have you on today, all of you, you're dog owners, and we're going to talk about what it's like to own a dog, even though I have one, and I know it. Sometimes it can be very exasperating when they don't do what you want to do, but they have minds of their own. And so you guys have, and I understand you have 2 dogs.
I do. Yes, I do.
And where'd you get your dogs from?
Well, Gracie came from the Humane Society, and my newest dog is just over a year old, Sammy, and he is also a husky mix. And I got him from the Animal Resource Center about 2.5 months ago.
And that's where we like to get dogs from, because there's so many dogs that need good homes. And I think it would be wonderful if everybody went to either the Humane Society, the Animal Resource Center, or SIXA to pick out their dogs. And Barbara, what's the story on yours?
Well, now that you pointed that out, I got my dog off Craigslist.
Okay.
But she's a good dog. When you say that they're exasperating, that is certainly true. I found that dogs need to be on a very precise schedule. And I am not good at keeping to a schedule, but boy, if you don't take your dog out on time, you'll be sorry. So I think she's been good for me in that I have to get up and get moving sometimes, whether I feel like it or not.
Yeah. Okay, John. Okay, John, tell us about Bear and how you wound up with Bear.
Well, I was able to get in touch with an old friend of mine that I went to elementary school with on Facebook, and we were just we were talking about our animals. We already have another lab, Jake, at home, and we were looking to maybe find a brother for him. And she had mentioned that her son's dog had some puppies, and this guy was being locked up in a cage all day long. Nobody was home to take care of him, and so she was all the way in New Jersey, and we drove all the way in New Jersey to pick him up. And well, we were taking a vacation, but we killed, I guess I could say, killed 2 birds with 1 stone in that vacation, and packed up the car and made some room for him in the back seat, and brought him all the way back from New Jersey.
New Jersey. So he's a New Jersey boy.
He's a Jersey boy.
Yeah,
Yep.
there
just like his daddy. That's where I'm from.
There you go.
Yeah.
But let me ask you, and any of you can answer. What do you get out of owning a dog? Is it fun? Is it exasperating? Is it what's the for people that really don't have dogs or cats or anything else? What do you get out of it personally?
Love, companionship, friendship, and just like I guess anything with any animal, any pet, but dogs in particular. I just happen to be a dog person more so than a cat person. I just love being around them. I love the love and the warmth that they bring to my life, the joy that they bring to my life, and the companionship. I mean, that's, you know, don't mean to sound repetitive, but
I think that's why most people, it is.
I've had a dog. My family, I grew up, and my dad was a big dog lover, and I learned from him, I suppose, or I inherited it from him. And I've had a dog since I was a kid. I don't know any other life.
Any other life?
Yep.
Yeah, that's, Barb, what do you think?
Yeah, same thing. Definitely love, and they're always happy to see you. Your dog is never in a bad mood, and you can be...
Even when you scold them.
That's right. They forgive you immediately, yeah.
Of course, you look into those big eyes, and they're going to say, oh, how could I have yelled at my poor dog? And
well, my other dog, I found out that he likes vegetables. He's been eating the peppers off my plants. First, I thought he was playing with them until I actually saw him eating them. So I was and still am very angry at him when he does it, but I can't stay mad at him for too long because he's just too cute. So he's just sweet. He just looks at you, and then he barks at me. It's like he's like a kid. He talks back. It's funny. So you can't get mad at him, and you can't stay mad at him. No, you can't stay mad at him. Nope. Hi, Gracie.
Yeah,
Gracie is trying to tolerate him.
You look at that face, and now both of you, as I said, you own 2 dogs, and pretty good sized dogs, I guess, both of you. And how do you handle 2 big dogs like that? Is it harder than if you had a small one and a large one, or 2 large ones, or?
Well, I think one of the things that I wanted to touch base on is they're just like kids. They're like big kids. So it's just like handling 2 big kids at home. They're so human in so many ways. They dream like we do. This guy jumps up on the couch and he rearranges the pillows. And next thing I turn away and I look over and he's got his head laying on the pillow just like we would be doing. And so it's really hard not to treat them just like a kid and love them and respect them and take care of them just like you would like they were your own child.
It's fun. I enjoy this morning. Hershey, my dachshund, got me up at 4 o'clock this morning and decided
4 in the morning?
4 in the morning, and I
That's
like
when
to,
you
yeah, I
like, please.
wasn't too thrilled. And Hershey has a habit when he needs to go out, his rear end just moves, and he gives a little bit of a, hey, let me out, I got to go out. So we got up early this morning and let him out. He was out for about 10 seconds and walked back in, and that was it. Jumped on the bed and went to sleep. But I didn't get angry, but I said, oh, come on, wake me up this early. So, but he, as I said, he had to go, and I think that's, in certain ways, I don't mind during the summer. Now, during the winter, it's a whole different world, getting up that early and letting him out. But as I said, he's been a pretty good dog with that.
So then you need dogs that have a nice heavy coat that they're always wanting to go outside. I can't hardly bring mine in. I mean, they love being outside.
They love being outside.
Oh yeah, they love being outside.
Not my dog. She's an inside dog. She's very much a lap dog.
Oh.
A spoiled little lap dog. No.
Barb, do you think that the size of a dog makes a difference in whether they are more outdoorsy than indoors?
You know, I haven't figured out if it's the size of the dog or the way that you treat a smaller dog, because people, I think, treat smaller dogs more like babies than big dogs. So I haven't quite figured that out.
So would you say how heavy was she?
7 pounds. Yeah.
Well, I had a dog just before I got Sammy. He just went to heaven in May, and I had him for 12 and a half years, and he was a Spitz. He was about 20 to 22 pounds. But nothing that small. I think what I like about, to get back to your question, Harry, is that I like bigger dogs, and no reflection on your dog, but I like bigger dogs because I want to be able to see them. I think they're easier. I mean, our friend has Yorkies, and you know, you're walking and all of a sudden they get right in your feet and then
Me
they
too.
then they
It's true.
tangle you up. And so
very
one of the things I think that I like about them is I like a dog. I like to be able to hug a dog, and nothing against little ones, but the little ones, I tripped over those dogs, and then you feel like you're playing football, like you've just kicked them across the room. You didn't mean to, but it happens.
Yeah.
So I think with the bigger dog, I think because there's no chance of you missing them,
No,
seeing them, that they're right there.
You definitely can see with these two. I mean,
So-
You can still trip over them at night
Well,
in
that's
the
true.
dark.
That's true. You can.
And they always tend to lay right in where you have to walk.
Yeah.
You know.
Well,
But,
I'm really very lucky
But,
because
yeah.
I just walk through the house, and if this one's laying in the way, she just gets up and moves.
Gets up.
The new one is learning. The new one is learning, but this one, she just gets up and moves. So
Now, do any of you, I know this is a hard question, have why you a negative aspect of owning a dog besides getting up in the
cost.
morning?
Cost.
Cost, okay.
This
What-
one
what-
just recently got diagnosed with allergies, so we're experiencing a lot of vet visits and a lot of money, and it's a cost thing. So, yeah, it's, you know, I didn't anticipate it. She showed no signs of it, but believe it or not, after my other dog passed, I started taking her for walks. Unbeknownst to me, she's allergic to everything under the sun, and so I unknowingly exposed her to all these allergens, and things started, you know, she started getting little rashes on her feet and stuff, and so the cost is you know,
cost,
so the bottom line is if you can't afford to keep them, then you shouldn't have them. You know,
Right,
you shouldn't
right.
have them.
Yeah.
And you know, I also think too that your environment, your living environment, and your personality really kind of dictates the type of dog that you should get. Because if you can't, I mean, it's really unfair to an animal to coop them up like a big dog. If you were stuck in an apartment and you couldn't walk them or give them proper exercise, et cetera, I think it's really unfair to them.
Yeah, I think you're right, the exercise part. In fact, when I got Hershey, I love to walk anyway. And I walk Hershey during the summer only, at least 4 times a day. And being a dachshund,
Boy, you're energetic.
Yeah.
oh yeah, I
walk that
like to.
much, yeah.
I definitely walk him a lot. He knows all the neighbors' dogs. All the neighbors know him, and it's interesting getting together. But now during the winter, it's a whole different story. If he gets 2 walks a day, he's lucky. Most of the time, it's go in the backyard, do your thing, because it's 12 degrees out. So but he, you know, it's fun. As I said, I love to walk, and he. The only trouble with him, and I think most dogs, is they have to stop and sniff.
Well, you know, I got to mention something. Our vet said that I was telling her I call them sniffs. I don't call them walks, because I stop and I allow them to sniff, because that's their way to
That's their
communicate.
way, right.
And so it's so funny you were talking about, you mentioned that your dog knows all the dogs in the neighborhood. Mine know where the dogs live in the neighborhood that react to them, and mine don't bark at them, but they start to cry. But it's a sniff, and the vet said there's 2 kinds of walks that people go on, and one is more for the human than they do for the animal, and the other one is for soul. It's like a soul therapy. And so, you know, I don't mind, you know, you know, they sniff, they stop and it's so funny because we go around one block or we'll go around another block, and they have certain little bushes, trees that they all stop
Exactly.
It's
at.
always the same
Yeah,
spots.
yeah.
Yep.
So that's their form of communication. So,
Yeah, right.
you know, don't go if you're in a hurry. Don't go. I mean, it's because I think we're taking them for a walk for them, not for me. You know,
it's true.
and that's the way I look at it anyway.
I can see Bear
puppy
probably
kid.
likes to walk.
Yeah.
Oh, he doesn't like to walk. He likes to run.
Okay.